When I originally started, I told my dad, I was like, I'm going to work at a CDL school. And he was like, how do you think you're going to sell a license to people? He was like, that makes no sense. Nobody wants to drive a semi. And then I started here and I'm like, everyone literally wants to drive a semi, like everybody. I'm Amanda. I've been a branch manager for 160 Driving Academy for roughly 7, almost 8 years now. I was school number 4, and now we're up to, I believe, 98. You know, each location has their own demographics. They have their own, I guess, niche, if you will. This area in particular, it's usually younger people, more so like millennials looking to get into trucking versus, you know, some of the other locations. I guess it just depends on the actual population surrounding it. Like, I get a lot of students through here. We get a good mix. I've had students who are doctors. I've had students who are nurses. I've had students who are homeless. I've had students who are priests. I mean, just like anything you can possibly think of. My one student's a lawyer right now.
No?
I know.
Not in the truck.
The FU button.
Facts.
The FU button.
Facts.
Everybody gets 5 FUs per day.
We do standardly 40 hours in classroom. Now, granted, that's considering the student passes their permit testing the first time. The permit is going to consist of their general knowledge test, their combination test, and their air brakes test. And then, like I said, you know, as long as they pass each of those sections the first time, 40 hours done, they go to the yard. And then that's when they get to do the hands-on stuff. Now, if they didn't pass the first time, they do have 3 tries per section in Illinois. So they have the option to either go back to the DMV and try again, or they can get with one of our tutors. I think for me, even on the most stressful days, like, you know, there's just those days and, like, you know, people are testing you and, you know, nothing's going right. Your printer's not working. Like, everything's going down the drain. And then, like, you know, one of my grads will come in and be like, oh my God, you want to see my truck? And I'm like, yeah. And it's just like, you know, the little things. Or like, well, on Thursdays we do testing and, you know, I go out to the yard, we buy donuts, we all hang out in the pack van and just kind of have fun to try to, you know, get everyone to relax so they don't get too nervous. And I mean, you know, just hearing everybody's stories, they all have some story. And, you know, it's nice. It's nice to, A, know that we're helping the supply chain issue, but B, know, like, I know I'm helping my actual community. I live out here. So, you know, helping people get off of unemployment and get jobs and get to where they need to go. It's helping everybody.
This is wild. Just this?
Like I said, I get students from all backgrounds. You know, my students who have really high paying jobs, they want more freedom. I do get a lot of students who are, you know, they have a challenging background or they have a challenging MVR. I called to schedule one of my doctor's appointments and they ask you where you work. And the girl who answered the phone, she was like, wait, are you the one from Waukegan? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you got my husband a job when he was straight out of prison. And she was like, I don't have to work 3 jobs anymore because he can now help support our family. And I just wanted to cry.
So I can see further up the road.
Obviously, when the pandemic hit, it was big for everybody. Like, I mean, it was huge. No one knew. It was like a really big time of uncertainty. No one knew what was going to happen. We were never busier. I mean, when I say busy, I mean, I was booking classes out. People realize that, you know, trucking is literally foolproof. If you go online or you watch the news or whatever the case may be, there's a shortage. Well, yes, the more goods we need, which keep going up, the more drivers we need. You will never, A, be looking for a job long, and B, you always have the upper hand in these types of things because if one company offers you one thing, you can go a door down and get offered double somewhere else. And not only that, it pays so much higher than people think. Like, people come in here and they're like, Amanda, can you find me a job making $14 an hour? And I'm like, $14 an hour? I was like, no, I can't. And then they have this face, and I'm like, I can get you a job making $30 an hour. And they're like, what? Really? And I'm like, yeah, it's that simple. I think people hear 4 weeks, and they think it's a scam, or they think it's too good to be true. But it really is that simple. It literally is just 4 weeks. And I just tell people, if you can just focus for 4 weeks, we'll triple your income, especially if you're coming from like a warehouse or fast food or something like that. I mean, it's not the industry that people think it was, you know, maybe 10, 20 years ago. It's just not. So I think if more people knew that, more people would be willing to give it a try, at least see, you know, if they liked it or not.